Members, please give your attention to Representative Christian for a special presentation.
Representative Christian, you're recognized for a special introduction.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, it is with great honor that I stand before you today to recognize a true Oklahoma hero. But first, I would like to recognize a couple of folks. Sheriff John Whetsel, Commissioner Brian Vaughan, and Deputy Mark Vaughan and his family. Thank you for coming today, and welcome to the People's House. Members, every day across the state, men and women in law enforcement perform courageous acts. Many times they are put in positions off duty where they are compelled to act. Deputy Vaughn is here today to not only be recognized for his heroic actions that dreadful day in September last year, but also to remind the people of Oklahoma of what our men and women oftentimes deal with when not in uniform. I would also like to say to the victim's family and friends that there's no words to express how sorry we are for your loss, and may God continue to be with you during your time of healing. With that, Madam Speaker, if we could read the resolution.
Clerk will read.
House Resolution 1006 by Christian of the House, a resolution expressing appreciation to Mark Vaughan.
Clerk will read in full.
Whereas Mark Vaughan served as President, Chief Executive Officer, and Director of Vaughan Foods Inc. of Moore, Oklahoma from 1992 until 2007, when he also became Chief Operating Officer. And whereas he also joined the reserves with the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office in 2010. And whereas on September 25, 2014, Mr. Vaughan opened fire on an individual at the food distribution plant in Moore after the assailant attacked 2 employees, beheading one and leaving the other with serious injury. And whereas he saved several lives by his quick and heroic actions. And whereas Oklahoma County Sheriff John Whetsel stated that only one word could express his thoughts about Mr. Vaughan, and that word was hero. And whereas Mr. Vaughan is married to Andrea, and together they have 2 children, Tyler and Annica. And whereas he has been an avid Boy Scout leader since 2007, and whereas he is also an active sportsman who goes quail hunting, backpacking, and hiking. Now therefore be it resolved by the House of Representatives of the first session of the 55th Oklahoma Legislature that members of the Oklahoma House of Representatives express their deepest appreciation for the courage and valor displayed by Mark Vaughan on September 25th, 2014, which truly saved lives, and that a copy of this resolution be distributed to Mark Vaughan.
Members, you've heard. Please stand for this Oklahoma hero. Thank you, members. Madam Speaker, I think Commissioner Brian Vaughan would like to say a few words.
Commissioner Vaughan, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and Representative Christian. I, like Representative Dank, have the honor and privilege of having Mark Vaughan as a constituent in my district, but also on behalf of the Oklahoma County Commissioners today, I wanted to present a resolution that is to commemorate your courageous service, Mark, and everything that you have done to make Oklahoma County and our entire family proud, not just the Sheriff's Office, that goes without saying. And I had also the privilege of knowing Mrs. Hufford, who was tragically beheaded, and so this has an extra special meaning to me today because while that life was lost, I think there were countless others that were saved, and knowing her briefly as I did, I think that would have meant a whole lot to her, and I have great assurances from her family that they feel that way as well. So thank you very much for your courageous effort, and on behalf of Oklahoma County, I'd like to present you this resolution.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Commissioner Vaughan. Madam Speaker, if you would, I think our Oklahoma County Sheriff John Whetsel would like to say a few things.
First of all, let me say thank you to Representative Christian and to the other members of this body for this honor and for honoring Mark Vaughan. Mark Vaughan is a special person, but Mark is no special than hundreds of thousands of other law enforcement officers who every day are willing to risk their lives to serve and protect our citizens. I am so proud of the actions of Mark Vaughan. He did as he was trained to do, and he saved lives. It is with honor that the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office awarded him the Award of Valor at the awards banquet in December. And today, I am proud to read a paragraph from a letter that I received yesterday. It is with great honor that I officially notify you that Reserve Deputy Mark E. Vaughan has been selected as the 2014 Law Enforcement Officer of the Year of the National Rifle Association of America. The presentation will take part during the NRA annual meeting in Nashville, Tennessee in April. Congratulations, Mark Vaughan.
Representative
Thank you,
Dank.
Mark, and on behalf of the House, I can't tell you how great it is to be honoring a hero today. You know, we see and hear and read about heroes all our lives, but you know what? We have never, to my knowledge, gotten to honor one on the House floor. And when I'm talking about all our lives, I'm talking about a long time with me. Some of my colleagues out here like to jokingly talk about my age and the fact that I'm the senior member here in the legislature, and I tell them if they live long enough, they'll be my age. But you gave people the opportunity to be able to do that, and for that we're deeply grateful. And I'd like to say one other thing. This tie that I'm wearing today, several of you have commented about it already. It was given to me by my dear, beloved wife, who I miss dearly, years and years ago. And I wore it only on special occasions, like of all things Valentine's Day. But I thought that this opportunity today, she would approve of that, and that's why I wore this colorful tie today, to give honor to you. And we do thank you for everything you've done, and particularly your great act of valor and courage. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Representative Dank. Madam Speaker, if you would you recognize Deputy Vaughn? He would like to make some comments before Representative Bennett closes.
Deputy Vaughn, you are recognized.
Thank you. I'm humbled by this honor this esteemed body has bestowed on me today, and the support you've shown and the support of the citizens of this great state, and I thank you very much for that. Thank you, Representative Christian and Commissioner Mom and all the others that have been here to support me, and of course my boss at the county, Sheriff John Whetsel. Thank you.
Representative Bennett, you're recognized.
I think I need to get the podium to stand on. Everyone's considerably taller than I am. You know, it's an honor to be here today with Mr. Vaughn and his family, which is sitting over here in the corner. Thank you all for coming today, and God bless each and every one of you. You know, I looked through the Google, you can Wikipedia, or look in a dictionary, the definition of a hero, and it explains a lot of things that reminded me of Deputy Vaughn. However, as I was going through that, I saw something that was a quote by Christopher Reeves. And he said, "A hero is an ordinary individual who finds the strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles." And that is Deputy Vaughn. On that fateful day, Mr. Vaughn wasn't quite sure what was going on in his business. I'm sure it was an uneventful morning. Then it happened. That moment, he knew immediately that it was something serious and something had to be done. With lives being taken by an Islamic terrorist and more at risk, Mr. Vaughn could have easily said, "Not me. I'm out of here. I have a wife, a family, a business. I need to get to safety. I've got a lot to live for." Truth be told, most of us would have likely fled. No sane person would have run to danger, but Deputy Vaughn did. He never stepped back. He never stepped to the side. He never made an excuse. He never even took the time to try and make sense of the entire situation. He ran to the danger as fast as he could. He fired his weapon, and he saved many lives. We need to reflect about how much time it probably took for all this to transpire. The time it took for Mr. Vaughn to figure out what was going on, to make a decision to run towards danger instead of away from it, and the time to decide that I have to do something. And we think about 30 minutes or an hour. We see it on TV, and it transpires over a long period of time. But in all reality, it only took seconds, even minutes, just a few minutes. In reality, he never had enough time to think about his family, what was really going on, the actual threat, or if he would live or die. But more than enough time for one very brave man to become a hero and save many, many lives. That is the kind of man, hero, that is standing before you today. And Mr. Vaughn, we thank you and your family. We honor you today, and God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You want to make the motion?
Madam Speaker, I'd like to make the motion that make all House members co-authors.
At this time, Representative Bennett requests adoption of the resolution. Without objection, that'll be the order. Representative Bennett now requests unanimous consent that without objection, all members are made co-authors. Without objection, that'll be the order.